Welcome, Aquarius, to your Astrodice reading for April. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, let's see what's going on with you, getting the best message for you. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope, only using one of the 12 houses. Best message, please. We have the 11th house coming out with some Taurus energy in the moon. Nice. So, got the moon coming out. This is the unconscious, sensitive, inner emotions and responses. So, taking on a little bit of this moon energy over here in the 11th house and going straight Taurus style over here. So, the energy around you shows an abundance of nature. It's rich, earthy, productive, yet relaxed and slow. And going straight into the 11th house, where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. Nice. So we're talking about this luck, and we're talking about this sensitivity is towards the things that you're really trying to be productive towards within the 11th house, which is whatever, wishes and luck that you really want. It could be with your friends, your loved ones, whatever your social occasions are. Okay, it could even be your family, if you're super friendly with your family, making yourself social. However, okay, going over here to the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. So let's see what's going on over here under the moon, Taurus, and the 11th house. There's that communication that's going on. It does feel like there is going to be a lot of communication that's going on. It could definitely be slow and productive. Oh, of course. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Here we go. Hands like hooves, right? It wanted to remind me that I'm Taurus, for those of you that don't know. Hands with hooves. But you do have this communication that is coming in, and it does feel like it's well balanced. It is something that's going to make you feel productive and keep you moving. So there's a lot of multitasking also going on around you in the beginning of the month when it comes to the 11th house. But some of it might be a little toxic. So you do have to watch. It might be that you're trying to balance what is good and what is toxic out of your life. Because it does feel like you could be receiving some kind of support on one end, but then a little negative energy from someone else as you have these messages coming through. So if you do feel like you have one friend that's, really supporting you, you might feel like you have one friend that is definitely causing some kind of frustrations within your daily routine. And maybe it's just frustrations within the daily routine. But definitely you have a lot of focus on what it is that you want. If you are looking for that promotion, and diving deep for that job, whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever your wish is. But it does, remember, have you on a sensitive side over here. So definitely traveling towards your deeper psychic emotions and abilities. So if you are psychic and you're an empath, let's put it that way, especially talking about the moon over here, they definitely have you on an empathic charge right now, I guess you would say, because you are definitely picking up their negative emotions. But I think that you're trying to balance out, on the psychic side, what is yours and what is not yours. For some of you, and others of you trying to stay away from this other person who is definitely just affecting you in the overall frustrations of the day. You definitely are really balancing out what is healthy and what the good news is. There is good news coming from one side, but there's also, like I said, there's also this toxic piece that's there as well. Wow. So it has something that makes you reflect upon the situation. And that's definitely that weighing the pros and cons about the situation. Um, it's kind of like you're trying to reclaim your power and your magic over here as you're getting this good news. It definitely weighing pros and cons for sure. At the mid-month. Okay, so going back over here, you have the Page of Swords and you have the Queen of Wands coming out within the celebration. So no matter what it is, it feels like you're learning something that you are juggling around. But you also could have this, what we call Capricorn over here is what we're going to call it. You know, it could even be a Gemini or a Libra watching you. But it does feel like whoever this is, they are watching and planning and looking at you. But there's also this beautiful learning of something, and you're learning that the Queen of Wands can do so much more for you as you're building up this self-confidence and really taking action towards the intentions that you really want. So as you're juggling in the beginning of the month, you're going to come to this conclusion of where you really want to get your, your celebration going. Really feeling creative over here. With the Page of Swords, you can also say, well, I'm not going to move into this area. Maybe you don't want to move towards whatever was toxic because, you have one thing that's really good and you're juggling the really good news. And then you're also juggling this toxic, maybe person or situation. And it's really trying to weigh the pros and cons of the situation. Wow. So where you felt like you were weakened down by one situation, you're feeling confident in the other situation. I don't think that you're just going to take the leap of faith and go where you know you need to go. With the Queen of Wands, you're going to say, I'm using my intuition and my creativity to know exactly where my strengths are. So definitely feeling like you're going to now you're going to just like kind of balance out the strengths. And it could also be balancing out the strengths within the situation of what's good for you and what's not good for you. And really traveling towards that situation. It's going to feel like there's a lot more expansive creativity really flowing through you and looking for whatever it is that really needs to grab your attention and really make you leap forward towards, right? So even if it's a social group, maybe you're trying to get away from one friend to only hang out with the other because the other one's just giving you problems. On the end of the month, you do have the fighting. There is no proposal towards that situation, and you're not going to take action or take their apology or any of the above. And this is because you understand the hidden agendas too. We're going to call it the Capricorn. Like it's definitely coming down, right, at an angle from that Capricorn. So you're saying no, because all you want to do is fight and cause problems. So you do feel like you're really guarded, and it's very confusing to you to why they keep progressing away from you and causing these havocs. So definitely that's definitely the person, right, that is causing these shaky grounds within this situation. It could even just be a group of people, but it's definitely trying to shake your grounds, that's for sure. Yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely shaking up the foundation of where the prosperity could be within this situation. So with the moon over here, it's the perfect time to start, just definitely kind of defending yourself for what you really want in the expansive, and not looking towards that anymore because you're saying this doesn't bring in what I'm looking for, so I'm staying away from them. Over here, it's the Nine of Pentacles. So it does feel like whatever you are definitely juggling around over here, it does feel like you are going to get into your higher intuition over here to really start really picking up the pace. You already did that in the beginning of the month where your intuition's already really high and it just feels like it's just really strong because now you can really look at the bottom of the cup and say, well, this is good and this is not, and now I'm not even playing games. So now you feel like you're really changing the situation within yourself because, as you become more responsive, right, and see their responses as well, it's definitely going to work on your deeper feelings and desires for this situation with the Queen of Cups. Over here, it's saying, well, we might have been friends, but now I'm considering you my ex. So you're saying this is no longer the situation. Yep, it's just become something I don't want to deal with anymore. So now you're considering them your ex-friend, your ex-job, your ex, however it is. Really putting that on the back burner and not thinking about that anymore as you're really moving towards the Nine of Pentacles because you're really traveling in in a great path over here. You might even do some real traveling to actually get away from this person, because you might even feel like, you know what, I need this new beginning and this new change and the way that I'm thinking, and to really get myself centered, to, you know, start these new beginnings. Because it does feel like new beginnings are right around the corner over here as you're looking at the Nine of Pentacles and the World. So you're definitely changing everything around that. And it's kind of crazy because it's, you know, if you are dealing with two different people, it's like, you know, where one's strong and where one's weak for the situation. Yeah. If you're definitely dealing with some kind of air sign, they definitely want to try to talk about the situation, but I do feel like the communication is just heated. They just want to argue their point. So with the King of Swords. Right, but with the King of Swords, you're logically thinking, I mean, look, you're logically thinking and intuitively like, no, I'm going to get in boss mode and I'm going to take care of the situation. You are the King of Swords, so you're going to say, this is where I'm going to take in my power and my overall power and get down to the situation, because I'm not dealing anymore. And there's going to be then a lot more progression, as well as you're moving time towards the Nine of Cups. So they want to cause this problem. It feels like you're going to end up giving them shaky foundations, to really make them understand where you're coming from, and not going to allow them, you know, yeah, to guilt trip you or make you feel like the guilty party. So, and I think that's what, you know, when you're dealing with devil energy, that's exactly what goes on, right? Maybe they want to try to guilt trip you into making it believe it's all your fault. Wow. Okay, my friends. And that was it for you. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.